Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to see you all here sharing this space with me and others. Please go ahead and share where you're from. I'd love to see where everybody is tuning in from. So I'm just going to go over to the chat. Hello from Sweden. Hello, my dear. Hello, Chirag from Australia. Linda. Hello from Canada. Oh, I wonder if you got to see the beautiful lights. Northern Lake Tahoe, Akron, Ohio, Lithuania, Scotland. Well, we have people from all over the world, and it's so wonderful to see you guys here today, this afternoon. I know your time is precious, and I really want you to know that I really appreciate you taking this time to join me here today. We'll be spending the next 90 minutes together. I'm going to be respectful of your time to talk about activating your superpowers. And I'm going to give you the insights to self-healing. As people are hopping on, please go ahead and just share in the chat box anything that you would like. I would love to hear from you, what's going on in your life, how your day is going. Just share. Because we're here today to share in this beautiful space. It's a container of energy, manifestation, and healing. And I want you to know that this container here that we have created together is one that is so powerful that if you're sensitive enough, you'll feel the energies. But I want you to feel safe. Okay, that's the number one thing that I want you to understand is that you're safe here, safe to express, safe to feel into your own power, and safe to unleash your power. We all know that we're meant to do more, but sometimes we don't know what that is or what that looks like. Today, I want to guide you to creating a lasting change in your life by utilizing your pranic life force energy to supercharge your potential and feel more grounded, present, and aligned. You guys with me? So be sure to stay till the end to fully experience the tools that I'm going to share with you today. What you experience today, right now, is going to be this new profound energy awakening. Your life force energy that's already within you is going to come to life. And I'm so excited to see you come to life. Here's what you can look forward to in our time together. I know how much you desire greater health, relationships, finances, more energy, purpose, career, vacations, peace, happiness, and so much more. But these sometimes are just wishes, right? Like, I wish I can do this, I wish I could do that. What if we could take that wish word out? It's time to be in the driver's seat and make life happen on your terms. And you can, if you implement all that I'm going to be sharing with you today, and then stay on track to create the health and the life that you desire. You'll be receiving a thank you gift or two for being here at the end of the webinar. So stay tuned till the end so that you can be present, live, and you do have to be live in order to receive these gifts, okay? I'll also be putting some of you in the hot seat, as I like to call it, so that you can ask your questions about awakening to your self-healing abilities. And I know the guides have answers for you today. So please use the chat as much as you wish. Connect with others, connect with me. If you agree with what I'm saying, drop it in the comment. Or if you have questions, drop them in the chat. This, again, is a safe place for you to share. Let me just check the chat really quick because I know many of you are still responding to some things. And thank you, Chirag, for sharing. Pamela, wonderful. Thank you for joining us from Phoenix. So wonderful to see you. Holly, New York City. I was just there for a NASDAQ billboard presentation. And yeah, I love New York City. I used to live in New Jersey, so love New York City. And thank you for sharing your pain. Thank you. Thank you all. So I want to make this as interactive as possible. Okay, that's what this is all about, because that's how you unleash some of the energies that you're holding on to where you're holding back. All right, so be interactive, be here. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am Dipal Shah, and I empower people who are highly sensitive, empathic, and intuitive to become more confident when using their intuition to heal themselves and create a body and life that they love. So let me ask you right now, what is your life like? I know some of you just answered, but what area of your life, your health, your relationship, whatever it is, your career, your spiritual growth, where do you feel stuck or lost, frustrated, misaligned, disconnected? Because I know a lot of clients I work with don't even feel like they're in their body. And I know you've tried everything. It's like you just can't heal. And you can't get past the it, whatever that it is for you. Because it is stealing your joy away. And I want to know what that is right now. So do share with me in the chat. Oh. Iris says career. Lori says complex and debilitating trauma. Wheelchair. Judy, wheelchair. Camila. Chirag, career and fears. Yeah, I know. A lot of us, ever since the pandemic and what's going on in the world, we do have fears that are coming up. Things are not getting, things are getting better, but inflation is getting higher, right? And jobs are there, but maybe not the job that you want. So I understand. Debbie says grief. Yes. Michelle, I'm stuck in a difficult relationship. Can't move on. Why? Yeah, you're going to discover all the answers that you guys want today. Renee, continuous cycle of change for the last decade. I still can't figure out where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what? I didn't figure out what I was supposed to be doing till I'm 40, in my 40s, and I'm still not figuring it out. So I'm okay with it. It's always working on ourselves. Okay. Now, I want to convey that if you're currently feeling like you're on a hamster wheel, I get it. I get the frustration. I've been in your shoes. There was a time when I struggled to live a vibrant life with endless possibilities because I wasn't tapping into my greatness. I felt trapped in my body, in my mind, finding happiness in all the wrong places. And my relationships with others was also not that great. Even though I loved being a pharmaceutical rep and loved my life, I wasn't living it. I wasn't in the flow. My body wasn't fluid. I lost purpose and passion. I lost myself. And when you lose yourself, it becomes very stressful. I was visiting doctor after doctor, always talking about my problems to my friends and family, anyone who will listen to me, looking for pity. And I was anxious, having panic attacks in my car where I couldn't drive. I'd have to pull over. Being around others was excruciatingly difficult. Going outside of my house, I felt like people were draining my energy and I was taking on theirs. I would flush, I would turn red, I would heat up as if I was going to pop. And I thought I would never get better again. I thought I had to live with what I had. From my digestive issues to rosacea to kidney problems. I mean, I had 7 kidney stones at one time. Was I in pain? Heck yeah. The anger, the rage inside of me, I even sought out going to the therapist. It wasn't helping. You know, when you tried everything and nothing helps, that's where I was. I really needed divine intervention because I was having that dark night of the soul. You guys feel me? Because it was like I was attacking myself. And that's not fun. Sometimes the energy is so contracting and overwhelming and depletes us. As empaths, highly sensitives, and intuitives, beings and seekers that we are, I promise you that there is light. In my life, the dark night of the soul opened up so many things in my life beyond anything that I ever imagined possible. And that's why I'm promising you that there is light. And now I truly embrace everything that I am and everything that I have and everything that I went through, because it has made me who I am today. And I continue to grow on so many levels. And I know that it's possible for you too. There's infinite possibilities for all of us. Because you know what? The universe has our back. The universe has infinite energies to share with us. It wants us to succeed. And when we start believing that, it's going to be here to support you 100%. And I'm here to support you and help you break through your limits, those things that make you uncomfortable, those fears that hold you back. So I want you to go after what you want because it's waiting for you. Maybe it's behind a veil, a curtain, a wall, but we got to break those barriers down. Living my life dream, being on the NASDAQ billboard, on magazine covers and media are all the things I created for my business. Better relationships and communication and support system is what I created with my family. Feeling healthy again is what I continue to strive. And I've healed a lot of issues that I had before. And so I strive to live my life and practice the things that I learned from my gurus and teachers so that I can do what I love. And the sense of freedom from within that it gives you is so important. The ability to tap into what matters the most of the time, people are feeling constantly challenged, right? Like it feels like there's one thing after another. There's just unhappiness with life in relationships and maybe even getting sicker because you know what? The stress is so high right now. If we're not stressed, then we feel like something's wrong with us. Because we tap into that matrix of consciousness that is saying fight, flight, freeze. And it's time to get out of that. We live in a world where there's so much pollution, EMFs, chemicals, heavy metals, and it all impacts our body, mind, and our spirit. And being highly sensitive, you are even more vulnerable to these energies. And you probably already know that. And this is why it's so important for you to take what I share with you and implement it in your life starting today. And be present right here, right now, because I'm going to teach you a few techniques and tools that you could take with you. I know it isn't easy to just turn things around. I seriously do. But when you align and connect with your greatest self, that part that knows anything is possible, then it can become easier. The shift can become easier. The transformation that you're looking for can become easier. For me to do that, I had to relearn a lot of things in my life. I had to relearn my manifestation abilities. I had to relearn how to connect with my intuition and how to take control of my mind, my energy system, and really speak to and from my soul. All of these things are what I believe can create the confidence that you need to amplify your superpowers. And like I said, my journey was not easy. There were many limiting beliefs, emotions, thoughts of self-doubt and self-sabotage along the way. And finding my self-worth was a huge undertaking. How many of you feel like finding your self-worth is a task? Yeah, I'm just looking at all the wonderful messages. Thank you, Clarencia. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Corey. Priti, thank you for sharing. Lil, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, we want to speed up the process, right? Thank you, guys. Yeah, Jennifer, it's been a journey. So I've simply learned how to access life force energy that lives within me. And it may sound really simple, and it is. I know that you can too. And I promise you, years ago, I never knew about energy or even how to manifest anything. I had no idea there was a law of attraction. I mean, I studied biochemistry, guys. I should know that we are all energy. But I didn't learn that till I was in my late 30s, early 40s. I couldn't even have imagined what I do now. And that this life that I had created for myself and my family, I never thought that was possible. I slowly started to understand that health, happiness, peace are actually within easy reach once you activate those innate healing powers. But the secret was remembering that I had my own unique superpowers, these abilities, and could create anything that I want. I didn't know I could transform energy. I didn't know I could play with energy. I didn't know it was that much fun. And I love making things fun. I had to believe in myself first. And I had to stop being so serious. Yeah, anybody here always serious all the time where your kids even tell you you're so serious, right? So I'm going to ask you, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Put it in the comments. Do you believe in yourself? Yes or no? And it's okay if it's no, it's okay because that's why you're here. But if you do, yes. So let's get the energy flowing. I believe in me, whether or not you believe it, let's just get the energy flowing. I believe in me. And I want you to write that in the comments. I believe in me. Okay, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Until you believe in yourself, you cannot make the impossible possible. So I want to really just I want you to sit down and I want you to close your eyes and I want you to breathe. Breathe in and out, and let's awaken the pranic life force energy. Okay? So just breathe in and out. And I want you to tap in the middle of your forehead, not in the middle of your third eye, the middle of your forehead. Start tapping, please. We're awakening that pranic life force energy. Yes, we are. Just tap. And breathe in and out. And as you breathe out, you're letting go what no longer serves you. As you breathe in, you're breathing in all the things you want to manifest and create. You're breathing in your aliveness, your happiness. And you're breathing out all the chaos around you, within you. And please gently tap. Don't be so hard on yourself. And now just, you can stop tapping and just put your hands down and just feel into that energy. Your life force energy has awakened. All that is happening on the outside of you is drifting away like it's at a distance. And you feel the sense of peace overcome you as if it's a shower bathing over you. And you open your eyes gently and notice how you feel. Go ahead and put in the comments, how are you feeling? And Lil says, lit up. Camila says, hot. Wow. Grounded. Chirak says, awesome. Preeti, grounded. Very good. Buzzing. Peacefully happy, lighter, peace. I love it. Love it. Warm, peaceful. Thank you, Iris. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm here to guide you, activating these powers within yourself. And it's time to shift that old perspective. We're going to move that out and unlock years of untapped potential. That way, we can promote, as we remove that, we can promote more abundance, vitality, energy into your life. And it is this time right now that you start living in the state of possibility. Yeah. It's time to live in our life force energy and vibrate from a higher state. As I start working with you, you'll find that these practices that I'm going to be sharing with you are going to start to become clear and easy to access. Because you're ready. You're ready to unlock your own super abilities. My intention for you is to guide you throughout this magical conversation that we are having, to tap into a vibration where life starts happening for you rather than to you. And you're able to experience joy, love, clarity, peace, purpose, and everything that you desire. It is the way it should be. We can change and shift our blueprint. We have a blueprint. We have a blueprint that we came into this life to experience, to evolve from. But I know life happens, and you know how that unfolded for you. It took turns, directions that you never imagined. But you still may be living and reflecting in those failures, in those mistakes, in those regrets, faults, traumas. And it's about turning to a new chapter in your life, the one that you wish to create, the one that you want to create, the one that, let's say, you're already creating because you're here, so that you can live in greater purpose. When you work with parts of you that block your life force energy, you will notice that you walk differently, you talk differently, you look different because you finally let go those defense patterns that you've been holding on to, because those are all fear-based patterns. For example, if maybe you're an introvert, you don't like to look at somebody in the eye, you daydream most of the time. Maybe you're just not grounded enough. This is just a defense mechanism that you have created so that you don't get hurt. Does it sound familiar? Or maybe you have a hard time trusting others. Maybe you attract narcissists. You don't like to receive from others. You feel guilty about that. You hold your emotions inside and you feel like a pressure cooker, ready to burst any moment. These are all defense patterns. And again, they're based on fear. You can let go and create the life where you are comfortable, where you don't have to hide, where you do feel grounded, where you can look at others, where you could walk with your head up high and your shoulders back and your heart lifted. How would that feel? In order to do that, you have to master your energies, which I can teach you in my self-healing immersion. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on. But along this journey, we have to remember one thing, that there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing to be fixed. I hear that all the time. Can you fix me? I need to be fixed. So let me remind you how amazing and powerful you really are today and every day. So I want you to right now close your eyes, and I want you to drop into the universal light, and I'm going to show you how. Know that you hold this universal light within you. I want you to bring focus to your throat. See the universe sitting right there at your throat. And every time you open your mouth to eat, you open your mouth to speak, you are opening up yourself to the universe. The universe is speaking through you. You're feeding the universe. You are one with everyone. You are representing the universe. You are the universe in its entirety. And I want you to feel this beautiful blue light just expanding, expanding, expanding into your thymus, which is near your heart, this bump near your heart. And your heart is beaming with love from every angle. Now you drop that energy down into the navel and feel that navel portal just expanding. And it's exploding outside of you into your aura. That is your life force energy, that universal light that you just connected to. Feel that connection. Feel the connection to activate your superpowers and awaken your self-healing abilities. And breathe in and breathe out. And let's see how you're doing. Put it in the chat. How are you feeling? Put it in the comments. What's coming up for you as you connect? Peaceful and energized at the same time. Yes. Thank you, Lil. At peace. Thank you, Kevin. Feel your throat, guys. Feel it. Renee, so much yawning and processing. Yes. And that's normal. If you're feeling tingling and yawning and coughing, it's all natural. And Chirag says, I never saw that I am the universe itself, but feeling amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Release. Yes. Life force energy is flowing through our body and around our body. You can generate this life force energy in any amount that you wish, any amount that you want. That is why sometimes it's a high and you feel great, you feel happy, and you feel untouchable. Like you can do anything, right? You can accomplish so much that day and you feel so good about yourself. But then sometimes you find yourself feeling like you're not understood. You don't have any motivation. Anxiety overcomes you. Sadness, grief, because you are manipulating that life force energy. So how do you make something that is already inside of you at least more than 75% of the time literally flood your body? Because we know problems and obstacles are going to show up. They exist. And we accept that. No one lives without them. Otherwise, life wouldn't be so fun. You may actually be bored. But when we understand the level of energy and activation of energy within us that we can generate, that's a whole different ballgame, guys. The life force energy that is unique to each of you. It's unique to each and every one of us. It shifts and transforms on a daily basis, and you know that. Let me tell you why that happens. It's your thoughts that is shifting your life force energy. Most people, when they think they have thoughts. We generate 60,000 thoughts, but 80% are negative thoughts and 95% are repeating. So guess what? You're constantly being triggered all day long. So it's like you're on a roller coaster. You guys like being on that? Probably not. You're inviting the same experiences and then wondering why things aren't happening for you. The worst part is that most of the time, you may not even realize what you are doing to yourself. This is why we say you create your reality. The thoughts that are normal to you are affecting your life force energy that is flowing through your body and through your life, through your universe. And now you wonder why you're creating painful experiences. Why is there stress in my life? Why do I attract certain things? Why do I have health problems? I know you want a different reality, because that's what I wanted. A different reality. I was just tired. And that's why we're here, to create that reality that you want, that is going to happen for you. And so I'm going to share my 3 insights to self-healing. And you may want to write them down. First insight to self-healing and activating your superpowers is reaction versus respond. How many times do you react without thinking? And then you think back saying, I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said that. Having a reaction is what we think we are supposed to do because that's what we've been taught since childhood. I used to do it all the time, but it wasn't sufficient. It wasn't helping me. But reaction, I used to blame it on being like one of my parents. That, oh, it's genetic. My anger was genetic, and I can't help it. And then I heard my daughter say that one day to her cousin as they were fighting, well, quarreling. And she said, my anger is genetic. I can't help it. And that opened my eyes up to, wow, does she really believe that? You know, so many times we have diarrhea of the mouth, honestly. I used to have that problem all the time. It was my kryptonite. And I would tell myself, I'll change next time that it happens. I won't react like that with anger or, just blur something out. But I continued to do so for years. I realized one day that the universe kept throwing the same situations in my way, in new ways, at me until I did start to respond. I was hurting me more than anyone else. And then I'd feel guilty and shame and embarrassed. But it wasn't good enough just to tell myself, Dipal, you're hurting yourself. I didn't care. It was momentary. When I decided in my mind that I needed to do something about this part of me that I hated so much, I started to take action. And that's what we have to remember, that we have to start taking action for what we want to change in our lives. I just wanted to find out in my core why I was like this. As I progressed with my self-development books, reading Wayne Dyer, Louise Hayes, I started to understand the mind-body connection. That was just the beginning of my journey. All I needed to do, as I learned over the years, was to connect and breathe. Breathe. We forget to do that. How many times do you breathe shallow breaths throughout the day? I love reminding myself, breathe like a baby. Breath became my savior in a moment. When I am going through anything in my life, I come back to my breath because that is the breath of life. For most of my life, I tried to control everything around me and everyone because it was the way I was taught. And it was the way I could make sure that I don't get hurt and I feel accepted and I feel safe. Little did I realize how much of my outside world became the inner chaos mentally, physically, emotionally. And I was broken. And you guys, maybe you're feeling that way too. Learning that reacting is not the way, it is responding by breathing through our triggers. That can be healing. And that is the only way to create greater vitality, joy, and peace. because we are triggered every moment. There is some kind of memory in our subconscious that triggers us. And you know what the key is? The key was learning to reframe my perceptions and realize that God, source, universe is on my side. So either work with it, this energy, and grow, or just keep drowning in my pain. I had to start trusting and remembering that God is never going to steer me in the wrong direction. And I started to shift my response to stress, fear, emotions. I was here to live this amazing life. What am I doing? And that's how I started to respond, by reminding myself that I am a peaceful being. Go ahead and write that in the comments, guys. I am a peaceful being. And I am here to teach and serve every single day because I get to do that. I've seen amazing results and transformations in people's health, their careers, their relationships, everything that you guys are talking about. We have the power to set up and create our life's experiences the way we want to. And you may not know that you have this innate superpower, this ability that lives inside of you that can do that. Or you have been taught about it, but you're not sure how to connect to it. Or maybe there's something in your way. But no matter what challenges you have, if you apply the keys that I'm teaching you, these insights, you will live in the flow. You just need to learn how to activate this power within you. The second insight, and write this down, is to give yourself permission. And I'd like to share a story about how important it is to give yourself permission. Giving myself permission to dream it was like a dream. It wasn't even close by. It felt like it was a long distance away. I was just being the good girl, the daughter, the person doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing, that I had observed growing up and taught as a child. What I realized was that all my life I was trying to be perfect, make my parents happy and proud of me, because I felt like they were disappointed. And I felt like they saw me as a failure. I wasn't the smartest child in school. Every year I did summer school until 5th grade. I went to an all-girls Catholic school, just like my parents wanted me to, and get a good education. I was bullied, and I was scolded for getting bad grades or doing anything wrong. And wrong in my parents' eyes was maybe speaking up for myself. On top of that, I had responsibilities of my little brother early on and household chores. Well, they weren't chores, they were just duties that I had to do because my parents were never home. And so I raised both of us. And as a child, there were parts of me that felt so trapped. I had lost myself in the beliefs, culture, what is right versus wrong. And I just wanted to be approved and loved. That's all a child wants, right? We work so hard to find that approval and feel loved. And so what if you don't have to wait for the approval? What if this is the time? And that you have been waiting for your own approval and self-love. That's what I discovered along my journey, that I never gave myself permission to love and approve myself. And that is so important. So let's tap into that. You ready? Take a nice deep breath in. Close your eyes. Feel into your heart. I want you to tap on the thymus. The thymus is this little bump and it may be flat for you, but go ahead and tap on that. Let's awaken the life force energy right here and connect to your higher self. Letting your higher self feel the life force energy awakening. And as you tap gently, connect with it, with your mind. Feeling the energy of your thymus, just sensing into it. If you don't feel anything, it's okay. Just sense into it. Notice, does it feel like it hurts here at the thymus? Does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? Is there pressure? We're awakening an energy of love for yourself, allowing that prana to flow more freely, more fluidly throughout your body, right from the heart space. Allow this energy to connect with your soul, giving yourself permission to be that authentic you. Connect with that higher self. Know that you are approved, you are appreciated, you are loved, you are wanted, you are fearless. And take a nice deep breath in and a nice breath out, and you can stop tapping and just sit here for just a moment. Notice how that feels. Go ahead and share what you're feeling, what's coming up for you. Calmness. Thank you, Judy. Expanding love. Yes. Love for yourself, oneness. All the love, the point of self-approval, ringing true. Yes. So like me, many of you have experienced that you were never given permission just to be yourself. You just wanted to be playful, happy, irresponsible, fun, loving, and not many kids are given that opportunity. We have to grow up really fast. And I remember my experience in my first Reiki session. I had no idea what was going to happen. I was a little skeptical, to be honest. And midway, I see myself out of my body. And I start to see parts of me that were broken, torn, pulled into a matrix of emotions that were drowning me. And I really couldn't breathe. And I broke out in tears that were uncontrollable, just trying to grasp for air, wanting somebody to save me. But I had to save myself. And so I cried. I realized that all these years, I wasn't giving myself permission to be who I am. I was holding back from achieving, trying to stay low, trying to hide, trying to even hide behind fear. I was just unable to receive. I finally gave myself permission to unleash myself from what was holding me hostage, and I stopped limiting myself. I started saying yes, and I can, and it's possible. And that's how I started giving myself permission. And so without judgment, criticism, I want you to look back at your life. Your failures and mistakes were not failures and mistakes. They were there to help you unleash your life force energy and build that resilience within you. That was your way of surrendering to the energy. And so, when you unleash that life force energy within you, then immediately you will start to see the changes that you want to see. And you're already starting to see that. So I promise there's so much more. And you will turn on your motivation. You will turn on that fire within you and that creativity that lies deep within you. Every cell in your body will scream for joy and vibrate, and you will know. So the third insight to self-healing and to activate your superpowers is free will and choice. Being able to see through a magnified lens about how we want to feel, act, and live is our choice. All of my choices as a child were my parents' choices. I lived for them. My father wanted me to be a doctor. I pursued that. I was supposed to go to a Catholic school. I did that. Have no outside activities. I did that. I was to marry someone. He approved. I did that at the age of 20. I was to get my MBA. I did that. I was to do, but I was never asked, what do you want to do? And when I felt compelled to say what they wanted to hear. And I look back and I feel like I was programmed into their matrix and into my ancestors who carried the same energy. You have to get out of that matrix. You have to take a look at what your beliefs are. What are the beliefs that are limiting you? Before I became a medical intuitive and a speaker, I sought out a lot of energy healing sessions because they made me feel good. And the energies that I was holding on to was unbearable once I realized it was all energy. And there was no other help out there except conventional medicine, and that was failing me too. I needed a guru, a teacher. And the more I went to these sessions, the more things unfolded. In one of my sessions, I remember my spine started to move and started to raise my heart up into the sky and started to raise my hands to surrender. And I was saying, I'm done, because I was so sick and tired of my life. And I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed by my thoughts and making sure that everyone and everything else was going to be fine. And it took a lot of effort. Do you ever put effort towards something and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm depleted? And I always thought that taking care of me or self-love or even going for a massage was selfish. Getting my nails done was selfish. Doing my hair, my God. And then I also thought that God punishes you if you don't take care of others. I had all kinds of beliefs that were putting me last. And when I finally started my healing processes in my sessions and even afterwards, I realized that doing so, I was disrespecting myself by putting myself last. I was always bringing in energy of I wasn't important enough and that I should always be put last. And that is what I kept attracting. That's what always happened. That's what happened in my marriage. I was always put last. He was always seen higher than me. I was so frustrated with not being seen. And my healing sessions started to peel so many layers of beliefs until someone showed me that these beliefs that I was holding on to, that they can be cleared, they can be turned around, they can be dismantled from my memory, and I can reprogram them. So every single time a belief came up or something came out of my mouth, I said, is that my belief or someone else's? And until you do that, you will not realize that you have a choice and free will until you start to stop and ask, is that mine or someone else's? And if you apply these insights that I'm sharing with you, you will heal. And that life force energy is going to flow. You just need to learn how to activate those superpowers within you. When I decided to put myself first, it was a new type of choice. And that's how I created everything in my life, because I gave myself that free will and choice, even when people were afraid for me. Like when I created my business, there were so many people like, are you crazy? And now they look and they're like, wow. So we all have to make choices. And I want you to tap into these yummy energies right now. So I want you to claim that you have freedom, that you have choice. And all you have to do is rest your hand at the bottom of your navel. And you may sense this energy flowing, and you may not, and that's okay. Just put your hand there. There's a stream of energy flowing up through your spinal column from your navel. It's a golden thread. So just close your eyes and just imagine this beautiful golden thread. And allow your purpose, your intentions for being here on this planet, your free will to flow through this. See it running up and down this thread, up and down your spine. You have choices in your relationships. Feel that. Feel the empowerment. Feel that angriness just leaving your body. Anger takes away a lot of our free will. It creates blocks in your very existence. And if you're feeling exhausted, moody, anxious, chronic health issues, emotional fatigue, let go of that anger now. Feel the sense of confidence, hope, trust, and support flooding through you. And open your eyes and notice how that feels. With proper training through my self-healing immersion, I will share with you how to stay connected and grounded so that when you are put in certain situations and when you do feel overwhelmed, unappreciated, hopeless, helpless, unsafe, insecure, you know exactly how to increase your life force energy and get grounded, centered, present, and calm down that nervous system so that you can respond with clarity. I want you to become the master of your life and live from a place of feeling more empowered inside and out. Nothing from your environment can impact you because you are the master. When you unlock that life force energy and you will see that you can access a deeper understanding of how your own abilities to healing yourself as a whole can unfold. You can either stay where you are now, or you can choose to grow and expand and learn and tap into these super abilities that you already have. So, when we can get to the emotions behind our problems in life, you can easily create healthy boundaries, create healthier relationships, create more for yourself, more opportunities, more of everything that you want. When you start to use your life force energy in the proper way, and it's not a roller coaster, you're able to interrupt the patterns that your body and your mind have created all these years. And that's what it's about, interrupting these patterns, right? You know how people tell you to shift your thoughts and create positive thoughts? They're telling you interrupt the pattern and allow the flow. So now your body no longer holds on to the past, and you're creating new pathways, new energies to flow. You're bonding with the universe. You're creating a partnership. This will build a momentum, and you will feel so good about your life and your body all over again. It's going to be like you rebirth yourself. And so I enjoy bringing ancient Eastern wisdom into the teachings and can teach you so much about how to activate your self-healing powers. Our subconscious, we talk about that so much, about the subconscious. And we talk about it as if just the mind is subconscious, but it's the full body. Because every cells don't just reside in the mind. Your whole body is made up of 37.2 trillion cells. And there's a part that holds the subconscious. 99% of each cell is working off of subconscious memory. And sometimes we don't understand why we do certain things, why we act a certain way, or what's happening to our body, or why certain things are happening in our life. And maybe it is not meant to be fully understood, but it is meant to be healed. That is why it's so important to activate that self-healing ability so that you can manage these subconscious information, which could be your daily stress. It could be your obstacles. It could be the people in your life. There's one thing that we can all control, and that is how our energy flows, how we show up. And that itself is empowering. This is your responsibility. And it can be done, but you have to be ready. And sometimes to be ready to get there, we need support to help us make these changes happen. I will share with you the fundamentals so that you can transform and shift energy the way you want. And let me prove what you're capable of. Are you ready for this exercise? Go ahead and put ready in the chat if you are ready for this exercise. And maybe some of you have done it with me, but it's always fun. All right, y'all are ready. And I know there's a whole bunch of you here. So I know the same people are responding, but I want new people to respond, okay? I want the energy flowing. So take your hands, put your hands up. Now, You see where there's a line right here? We have that in both of our wrists, right? So go ahead and align them. Make sure that they are aligned and bring your hands together like this. I want you to see, look at your middle finger. Okay, I'm just waving my middle finger. You don't need to wave it. It's okay. And so as you look at your middle finger, I want you to see which one is short. Is it the right hand or the left hand? If both of them are even, I want you to pick a finger. Which one would you like to grow? Okay. So mine are even. So I'm going to pick my left this time. If you guys already have your finger chosen, go ahead and separate your hands, put them on your lap. And I want you to look at the short finger that you want to grow long. Okay. Just stare at it for about 30 seconds or so. And I'm doing the same. You don't need to talk to it. You don't need to tell it to grow. Just stare at it. You're having a staring contest with it. Now, when you're ready, align those lines again, okay? And let me know if your finger grew. You could clearly see that my finger grew. Look at that. My left finger grew. Lil goes, it grew. Tell me if your fingers grew, guys. I see smiles on people's faces. So go ahead and tell me if it grew. Camila says it grew. Grew, amazed. Yes, it grew. Exactly. Like that's what you're capable of. Try it again. If you feel like it didn't grow, I want you to try that exact exercise again. Make sure that it is aligned right here at that line of your wrist. It stayed the same. Okay. Transfer of energy flow, Lil says. Yes. Will it be permanent? No. You can change it. But guys, that's the thing. For those of you where it did not happen, think about it. Is there an emotion or a fear that you're holding on to? Is there resistance? Okay, inside of you where you're so afraid to grow. This was just growing a finger. So just follow me here for a second because you have the ability to change and shift anything that you want. A lot of people here did see their finger grow. And I'm here to hold your hand and to teach you how to activate your superpowers and let go that resistance for a lot of you so that you can see tangible results. This is how healing happens. We are generating a healing environment. I've shared with you the 3 insights that I promised about how to activate your superpowers. The 3 insights. Number 1, respond. You can choose this versus reaction, right? Respond versus reaction. Anytime something comes up, breathe and respond. The more you respond, the body will respond back to you in a good, yummy way. Number 2, permission. Give yourself permission to be you. Awaken your voice and heal. You don't have to be corded to that inner child who believes that they needed permission all the time. Number 3, you have free will and choice to manifest anything that you want And there's no limits. Whatever limits you have on yourself, throw them out the door. Because fear is a limit. We throw that out too. You can generate your limitless by mastering your life force energy. In the beginning, we talked about creating more in our life, aligning with the life force energy to help manage challenges that come our way. And if you're ready to make these 3 insights a part of your life, I want you to say yes in the chat. I want to get that energy going. G-Dog says yes. Yes, get the energy flowing, guys. Thank you, Camila. Michelle, yes. Thank you. Yeah. Lil says, hell yes. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, guys. Okay, so now we get the energies flowing. The more we say yes to life, because we have been living a false sense of self for so long. We're so capable of creating more. We can awaken our souls, our body, our energy systems. It is time to make the change, but you may be feeling like there's some resistance holding you back. So I want you to tap into that resistance. Put your hand anywhere on your body right now. And ask yourself, what is this resistance? What is the name of this resistance? Go ahead and ask yourself that. And I want you to share that in the chat. Fear. Yeah. What is your resistance? What is your kryptonite? Self-doubt. That's a good one. Stubborn fear. Yes, it is stubborn. For most of you, it's fear. I get it. I get it, guys. It's time to dismantle that fear because you can't live in fear. Otherwise, you are not going to feel empowered because that fear has power over you. I want to have a breakthrough together with you. That's what I am all about. And I know when we can take charge of what we want, we can have those breakthroughs in our self-care practices in certain areas of our lives. Even in your relationships, your finances, wherever you want a breakthrough. And if you're ready to take charge, I'm here to empower you. I know your heart is ready. I can feel that. As a medical intuitive, I feel everything in everyone else's body. And so I want you to go ahead and put your hand on your heart. And as you tell yourself, I am ready to show up. Feel your heart filling up with prana, that life force energy, and extending it out into the universe, letting the universe know that you are ready. Because until the universe knows, there's going to be a disconnect. And I want that connection for you. So each and every morning when you wake up, you could put your hand on your heart, connect with the universe and say, I am ready. I am ready for my day. I'm ready for you. So what we do in the self-healing immersion is to activate this life force energy within you so that you can hear the whispers of truth. You can hear and connect to the universe, your soul. You can wake up with more joy today than yesterday. You can stop feeling so tired all the time. You can tune into energy anywhere, anytime, and you can transform it to what you want. You become the commander. I want you to manifest more than you imagined, more than you think you're capable of. You will see clearly what your path is, and you won't feel so restless or anxious all the time, or you won't be thinking, God, what is my next step? It's like you don't have to play catch up anymore. How does that feel? Because I could feel all of you just expanding into what's possible. And so I'm going to share with you this link. And it's the self-healing immersion. It's an online live magical experience that is power-packed healing, learning, and changing your life for the better for 3 days, 6 hours of immersive experience. And it's happening on June 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's focused on your transformation and breakthroughs in your health, spiritual growth, intuition, and your healing abilities. We're going to dive into deep ancient practices of awakening your 8 intuitive abilities, your third eye, making sure that you have the tools to protect your energy, grounding so that you can feel alive, and healing so that you can trust the messages and build confidence with what your body is saying as you walk away with more energy, vitality, and healing. I will guide you through these ancient practices of aligning the hara and the chitta portal so that you don't miss a beat of aligning to your purpose and intentions where you want to go in your life. You don't have to feel lost anymore or stuck. You're going to identify with the blocks and heal as we dive into the subconscious and take quantum leaps together. I mean, doesn't that sound exciting? And if you loved today, imagine 3 days with me. We get to have so much fun. And if you want to sustain the energy you felt today, then it's time to take that next step. So you could go to the link that I've shared with you, anandaforlife.com/self-healing. Okay. And immerse yourself, self-healing immersion. Okay. anandaforlife.com/self-healing immersion. And Lil, yes, it is live. It is live. It is not recorded. It is live. And it may be the last time that I might do it live. These 3 days are waiting for you right now so that you can start shifting in that instant. After day 1, you're going to feel amazing. What we will be doing over the 3 days of the self-healing immersion will allow you to see results quickly for yourself as you practice what I teach you. Because once you start implementing those practices, you will see how fast things shift for you. You know, when you keep looking at your future self and making those vision boards, well, what if we could quicken that up through quantum leaps? If you want to live in the flow, you have to connect with your own life force energy that is unique to you. Let me share that energy with you. Let me show you your own energy so that your field is strong, healthy, and able to process what's going on in the outside world. It doesn't have to become your inner world. Many people who have taken this course have had so many great things to say. One lady said, I've experienced a profound sense of joy discovering how the multisensory world communicates has truly enlightened me. There's fresh sense of self-appreciation and newfound confidence. I can't express, says Linda, how grateful I am. It's been a revelation. The knowledge and practice shared by Dipal have not only improved my physical and emotional health, but also deepened my understanding of myself. I now feel more connected to the world around me and have profound sense of inner peace. Anita says Deepal is genuine and gives everything in her teachings. She's so inspiring and full of enthusiasm. She helps you build your confidence even when you think you didn't do anything. She validates it for you. I loved being a part of this and many of her programs. And then Marco said, I have healed my relationship with my husband because of the tools and techniques Deepal has taught me. I used to get stuck in anger and felt a sense of resentment, but now I know and understand the stories behind these feelings. I feel detached from those emotions that I was once attached to. I'm able to see the truth of all people around me and find love in my heart. How beautiful is that? That's what I want to help you create. You're not learning how to meditate in the self-healing immersion. It's an online live self-healing immersion you are using to create your reality by tuning into your own life force energy. And I know your heart and soul wants this. And this is why, just for today, if you sign up right now, you can take advantage of 3 bonuses we just added 2 days ago, guys. And it's about $900 worth of bonuses. You're going to get the replay for 90 days so that you can go back. And if you missed anything, then you can come back and watch it. And then number 2, 30 minutes of intuitive scan and discovery call with me so that I can give you an intuitive message from your guides and answer questions that you may have about self-healing, your self-healing potential. And number 3, you're going to get Telegram support for 15 days after the self-healing immersion to support you with questions and give you exercises to support your growth, to make sure that you're making the changes necessary in your life and moving in the direction you want. The entire course is worth $23.99. So $2,399, but you're getting it for $333, more than 75% off. And you get 3 bonuses that are going to support your journey. And because I really want to support you, and I want you to commit to your healing, the first 25 people that sign up, you're going to get a $50 discount to the self-healing immersion. And so when you go to the link, you can put it in your cart, and I'm going to share with you the coupon code that you can also use. And here's the coupon code, okay? So go ahead and use that as a gift from me to you. And so put that code that I added in the chat, and then you will be able to check out. When you sign up, please message me in the chat so that I can be your cheerleader. The 3-day self-healing immersion starts June 5th. And I'm going to put the link one more time so that you have it. There you go. All right. Now, I will share my free gift with all of you in a moment. But let's go ahead and open up the hot seat so that if you have any questions at this time, then I can answer and I can help you right now. So go ahead and raise your hand. You could go down to the notifications and you can raise your hand there. Okay. You could go right there. There's a raise hand button, actually. There's not a notification. There's a reactions button. So, but there's also right next to the reactions button, you can raise your hand and talk to me and let me help you, guide you, and let's see what's coming up, okay? Hi, Chirag. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello. Hi, Deepa.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Good. Yeah, thank you for all you do. And yeah, basically, we just want to get over fears, limiting self-doubt. And I'm just transitioning from employment to self-employment.
Mm,
And so learning basically how to fish.
yeah,
Um, and I've just want to become a full-time landscape photographer, doing something for myself. So all
yeah,
these things, and part of
that's,
me just goes back into, oh, you should go back to employment, which I
yeah,
don't want to go to,
yeah,
and because this is keeping me happy.
yeah. So, Chirag, one of the things is I love the fact that you want to be happy and that you've taken that action to go from, okay, this is not what I love so much to I'm going to do what I love, right? So when you take that action, you're already stepping into your power. But then there's that part of you going, oh my God, did I do the right thing? Because your past is still influencing you, right? It's got a control on you. Like, here's one thing that's coming up for you. Either your father or your forefathers, somebody had their own business as well, or they tried to leave their job and it didn't work out for them. And now people are putting in your mind, and you already have it in your subconscious, that it's not going to work out for me either. Why am I any special that it would work out for me? Do you see what I'm saying? So now you're asking, once you start creating one thought that is not high vibration, that thought is going to start to say, oh, let's start creating more doubt and more doubt and more doubt until this guy just gives up. But you're not going to do that. You're going to keep going. And you're going to turn that, as soon as you get that thought, you're going to breathe, right? The exercises that I taught you, the universe, you actually said, I never thought that the universe was within me, that I was that connected to the universe, right? So you're going to bring that energy, you're going to breathe, and you're going to say, I believe in myself. I believe in me. And I want you to make yourself bigger, because sometimes we have to see ourselves and feel ourselves big to know that we can accomplish more in our lives than what people think, because it's not your fear, it's other people's fear that you're holding on to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And when we hold on to other people's fear, it brings us down. And so then you're on this balance beam, right? You remember, I don't know, I mean, I grew up here. Where are you at?
I'm in Australia, but grew up
Australia.
in Kenya.
Oh, okay. So we had the seesaw, right? And so you're like on a seesaw. It just goes up and down. You have your highs and low because you're not able to control your life force energy,
Yes.
right? So I
Yes.
really would love to see you really immerse yourself in how to really expand and work with that life force energy. So I really do hope you'll take advantage of the 3 days immersion, because I think you'll learn a lot about who you are, what you are capable of, and how you can break through and not take on other people's energies. You know what I mean? And really make what you want possible for you, because you
Yes.
can. You can, but you have to believe in yourself. I'm telling you, when I started doing healing, people thought I was crazy. My friend still tells me that we thought when you opened up your business, number one, we didn't know what the heck you were doing, and we still don't. But we didn't believe in you. And making six figures is not heard of in this realm, right? So when we can break through and really show up and believe in ourselves, because that's all you need. And I know sometimes that's hard, but you have to learn to deflect other people's energies.
Mm.
And I know culture, we're Shah. Culture plays a huge role in our lives. And there's a lot of limiting beliefs. So let me help you clear that, okay?
Yeah.
And I promise you'll be very happy.
Cool. Thank
Okay.
you.
Is that your wife next to you?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, honey. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Lil. Just go ahead and unmute yourself. Oops.
Hello. Yeah,
Where'd you go?
right here.
There we go.
Okay. I have a question. If it's not the appropriate forum, shut it down. Okay, fair enough?
Fair enough.
Cool. All right. I'm wondering how to rectify the seeming conflict. On the one hand, there's nothing to heal. Our soul comes in already fully wonderful, divine, sovereign beings. Yet our human vessel has acquired over lifetimes, depending on your belief system, and contains that in the Akash. And so you have a choice to address that or not. And I'm wondering if that's what the healing is focused on. And secondly, if you go with the flow, how do you make peace with we create our own reality? No exception, every inch of it. We place people in front of us on our, if you will, Shakespearean play, where we're the actor, we're the script writer, we're the director, and we place people in there to help us figure out, whatever triggers will unearth an unhealed wound. So I'm wondering when we look at it and we say, well, you know what, the life I have, which I created, signed up on the dotted line with the blueprint. We have free will, we have free choice. That's great. And now I'm here. So am I going to choose to experience that which my soul chose to experience? Or am I going to say, yeah, I signed up for this. Yeah, not so much, not digging it. As opposed to slipping into the observer mode more and more and saying, wow, so this is me being me. Okay, now I can choose how I wish to be. And I can continue on the rant. I can continue on the joy. I can continue on everything in between or not without getting attached. So how is that rectified with, hey, your life's not working, so let's just change it up. Let's just, heal all this stuff so you can have this beautiful life. And I'm saying, I already have the beautiful life, happy for no reason. Do I have health challenges? Yeah, but it's kind of interesting at the 6th decade in life that I'm like, no longer striving. I get this is the matrix. We're avatars. We're playing it out and we can choose how to play it out or not. So I'm still wondering, what's the hubbub? Why are we doing this? I yield the floor.
That was a lot of information. I love it. So your first question was how to rectify, like we are this human vessel and we have these belief systems, and how do we acquire, what was it that you said, over lifetimes, these belief systems, right? And how do we make choices to address that? Correct? Okay. So yes, so the course does teach in how we align. So we have this part of us that our hara, okay? And I truly know that our hara allows us to have this intention that we're going to do what we're going to do on earth, right? And we come in with that beautiful line, and we have this intention, and we create this vessel, we create the energy system, and we start to also create the belief system. But what happens is, as a child, everything starts to shift. It gets rattled up within us and it starts to change, but the hara does not change. The thing is, it just comes out of alignment. And when it comes out of alignment, now we're creating different belief systems. We're creating different, like a different person, all in all. And even if you're happy with where you are, right? You're finding that happiness for no reason. You don't have a lot of health challenges. Everything in life is working out beautifully for you. And that's great. Right? Wait, you're muted. You're muted, honey.
I was muted because when you speak, it shuts it down. Okay, so I don't know if you knew that. When you start speaking, I wanted to say, no, you got it wrong. I know that you heard everything I said, but either I misspoke or I didn't really speak what I wanted to say to communicate.
Yeah,
to
I'm
you
trying
that,
to,
yeah,
I just want to make sure I understand exactly what you are asking so I can answer that, because there was a lot of
yes.
information that you shared, and I love that. And so I want to make sure
Okay.
that you get the right direct answer.
So what my question is we're only healing the body and the mind, because that's what lifetime after lifetime, at least from my limited understanding as I continue to awaken to more information, right? It's a remembrance. It's nothing we're learning. Okay. We come in.
Yeah, we're reminding
Bail
ourselves.
down. All right. We're, peeling off the layers of unknowing, if you will.
Exactly.
And to just awaken to the knowledge that's already existing. But we shut it down to learn, evolve, whatever the reason.
Right.
So here's my question. So when you're saying, okay, there's really nothing to heal, which you had mentioned, and I said, yep, on board. I'm with you right there, Dipal.
Well, there's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix. Right?
So how is that different than there's nothing to heal? Because to me, the soul doesn't need the healing. It can only be the body and the mind, which we're not the body and the mind and the personality. That's not who we are.
Right.
That is who we're using to experience it.
Right. But most people connect that we are the mind and the body. They're so connected. 99% of people are connected to their mind and their body. And they use that vehicle to move,
experience life.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because they're so attached to it. And I love
how. If you're not, then there's nothing really to heal. So if you're not looking through that lens or that perspective, then that's why I'm saying, what are you talking about? What am I healing?
So then here's what you're moving through. You're moving through your spiritual growth. Okay. You might be on a different level, right? To where you're now expanding. You're expanding your energy field. You're expanding to different levels of your being, because we have 114 chakras. There's no way that
not just the 7.
There's no way. And there's so much information. I mean, we could go over this all day long, right?
Yeah.
But you're expanding because you've accepted everything, right?
Okay.
You've accepted a lot in your life, and you're happy where you are, like you said. But now,
even though I have health challenges, you see, that's what I wanted to say, because no, it's not healed, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, there must be something I'm doing wrong. Oh, what do I need to do different? How come I can't walk some days and some days I can't? And I'm saying, honey, you signed up for it. Let's rock this life. Let's focus on what we can do, and let's, move along in
love
that
that
direction.
That's the attitude. That's the attitude, but most people don't have that attitude. I didn't. I had to find that. You know what I mean? And so, but you, and I'm seeing and I'm looking, and you are so expansive. And here's the thing, you're growing spiritually now because you've already accepted that I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm still going to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're there. But now it's the spiritual part. How do I tap into what's going on around me and not letting it really impact me? Because subconsciously it does. So then your body just holds on to it, right? Your body compartmentalizes things, okay, the energies of the outside. And so, yeah, you feel discomfort, you feel pain. You may have an emotion that shows up here and there. But we have to just make sure that when you grow spiritually, you also start to even become more and more detached to the karma that you may have created.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you detach yourself from the old karma and start creating the new karma that you are meant to, so that you can align more spiritually and go to higher vibrations. So that now it's almost like you're a yogi, like you are, like each and every one of us is a yogi.
Yes, everyone.
But we want to tap into that higher. Even the yogis are not, they're working on themselves to get to those higher dimensions where they feel complete connectedness, that higher connection. It is so evolved and
awakened.
Oh, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. So we want to awaken those parts of us. We want to transcend. When we talk about transcendence, what is that? What does that feel like? We are not transcendent beings. Like, we haven't gotten there because we haven't done enough work to get there. Because as a lot of people are focused on the body, they are focused on the mind. They do have a lot of mind chattering, right? And so if you have worked on yourself and you have so much, congratulations for that. But now let's take you on a spiritual journey, and let's get your intuition flowing.
Yes.
8 intuition. We have 8 intuitive abilities that we can awaken. So you want to connect with your guides? Let me help you. You want to connect with, these higher
on purpose and not just intermittently.
Exactly. So that you're connected all the time. But
thank you. I really appreciate this. This was very, very helpful, and my apologies if it took off course.
You know what?
Everything happens for a reason.
But Lil, nothing is perfect, and I love this because it shows the imperfections. Like, we're human and we hear things differently, right?
Yes.
And that just shows our intuition is different too.
Right.
We are going to hear things different. We're going to see things different. Our perceptions are different. Everything is so different and unique about us that you just brought it to life.
See, now this makes sense because you're one of the first people, and I've been following, well, a little bit older than you, just a scooch, more than a scooch, I'm sure, but whatever. Let's not digress. I'm just thinking that's why I was so disillusioned. I was ready to just chuck the spiritual community and say, what in the heck are you talking about? Healing what, for God's sake?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. And I never got an answer until today. So thank you for being unabashedly real, authentic, taking on a question that may or may not have fit the agenda of today's talk, but I appreciate you fitting that in. That was very deeply appreciated. So thank you for that.
You're so welcome. You're welcome. And I think everything is shown up for a reason, and you showed up for a reason, and I want to honor you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. I yield the floor twice now.
All right, love. Anyone else have any questions? I really do hope you guys will join me for the 3-day immersion. It's just another roadmap for you to grow spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and to really teach you the tools and techniques to get where you want to be, And I know we discussed a lot. Lynn is waving. I don't know where Lynn is. Lynn, where'd you go? Lynn, at the bottom of your, I I know we have a lot of people here, so I'm just trying to find Lynn. Lynn, go ahead and wave again. Oh, there you are. All right, I asked you to unmute. All right. Go ahead, Lynn.
I'm on?
Yes, you are, honey.
I just signed up. You said if you sign up to call right away. I signed up. Do the dance and put the music. So I challenge everybody there to get up and sign up, because at the end of the day, you got to do the work. You just got to do it. And I'm so grateful to you, and I'm so excited, and thank you. Thank you so
Well,
much. And
thank
I have
you.
something else to share. I'm really run down right now with energy and in a wheelchair, and I want to out and walk and jump. You work with people. When you work and you stop the chatter and you settle that, do people stand out of their wheelchairs for me and drop their crutches for you?
For me? I hope so. I want them to.
Has it happened during your immersions? It's
You know what? Anything is possible. I've had people who have been sick, who have been in bed, and then they get up and walk. Like, honestly, they're not feeling well. I've had all kinds of things happen that I could write a book about healings that have occurred, spiritual growth that has happened for people, their intuition, their, just this bolt of lightning, like that you'd want to call it, just all kinds of fun things. And I do want to be your cheerleader. Michelle says she signed up. I can't believe I did it.
yay, Michelle! Yay! Join the club! Join the club! So
I love it.
There are no guarantees, but at the end of
Look.
3 days, you can tap in to the source and the light and settle the chatter, even a squeak, right?
Oh God, yes. And you know what, Lynn? Here's the thing. Not only that, and like I know there's no guarantees in our life. The guarantee is within us and our mind, how we want to take control of our prana, right? That's where the guarantee is. I can guarantee you that much, that you will have control of your own prana, how you want to live, right? And so it's okay that, maybe there is something showing up for you. And yes, your intention is to heal that, right? But understanding where you are, where it's coming from, where it's rooting from, why it's there, why it's showing up, and where you can go with it. And maybe it might be there, but what else can you create? Right? Like Lil was saying, okay, even though I'm not well, but you know what? I'm going to create more in my life. But I want you to open up your intuition, because I want you to connect with your body. A lot of us don't have a good relationship with our body. Do you guys agree? Like, we don't have a good relationship. A lot of times we judge and criticize our body. We look in the mirror, or some of us can't even look in the mirror because we're so ashamed of what we see. So I want you to see you for who you are and love what you see when you wake up, love what you feel like, love every aspect of your life. But we have to start tapping in and making that connection and relationship with the body. Make sense?
So one of the biggest goals, though, is to really get in there. And, I love myself, I'm enough, but that the divine will become the omnipresent rather than the chatter.
Yeah, that's
That's
what we
the goal.
want. That's what we want. Somebody's asking, why is the immersion replay not a lifetime access?
Yes,
So
me
a
too.
lot of, I know. So this immersion, it is I want you to just play with these energies, right? Energy changes. We evolve. That's why I come up with new classes and new things, but yet I'm playing with the same energy. But I want to give you more than just this. So when you hold on to something, right, you're so attached to it emotionally that I want to give you something new so you can evolve. So just for this immersion, you have it for 90 days. And then I promise that when you do, this immersion, meaning this one, but this one you have, you could watch the replay again and again. But the immersion, the self-healing immersion is only going to be available for 90 days because I feel like I just want you to immerse and I want you to move forward. Okay, there's a reason behind the things I offer. And I want you to play with that energy. I want you to accept it rather than going, oh, well, I'm not doing this because it's only 90 days. So don't let that stop you. See, these little things in our minds are going to stop us from doing what we need to be doing, what our soul is calling for. So don't do that to yourselves. You've done it enough. If you want to do it, come play with me. Let's have some fun. And you also get 15 days of support. I promise that Telegram blows up. Okay? The Telegram just blows up. I do videos on there. We have fun. And that's if you want to be active and if you want to have fun. Otherwise, it might be a dead Telegram. But I can see that you guys have so much energy, right? That it's going to be a great time. 3 days is all I ask of you. Lil says, I love my beautiful body. However, it took a few decades to have this amazing symbolic relationship. Yeah. And then let it go. Yeah. I know. So Lynn, I hope that answers your question and I hope Linda, that answers your question. Okay. So I want to thank you guys really for being here. And yes, Linda, you do have to download the app. You don't have to participate. I mean, if you want to participate, see, these are all the things. If you want to do it, it's there for you. You could take advantage of whatever you want. You don't have to. There's nothing you have to do in your life. Free choice, free will, right? But it's a good way. It's really easy. Telegram is really easy. I will give you the link. All you have to do is click on the link. That is it. Okay. So once you sign up, it's really easy peasy. If you need anything, if any of you have ever worked with me, you know I am always available and I try to get back to you as quickly as possible via email. Okay. I will guide you through it. Don't you worry. I'm always here for you guys. Like I said, I am your biggest cheerleader. And if you've ever worked with me, you know that about me. So I want to thank you guys so much. Let me give you guys your gift. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Here is your free gift. And oh, I have a surprise for you guys. So please look at your email tonight because there's a big surprise coming. And so please look at your email. But right now I'm going to share your free gift because you all have been so kind and spent almost 2 hours with me. See, this is what happens. So when you join the self-healing immersion, I might not be able to control myself. All right. So here we go. Your free gift is a special stress relief guide, and it shows you ancient practices to release stress in 3 minutes or less. Okay? And it is some amazing techniques. If you do not have the stress-free relief guide, grab it now. Okay. And I think you get some other fun stuff in there too. So, because I just love giving stuff away. And so I hope you guys enjoyed today's webinar. I thank you all for being here and being the light that you are and just really showing up authentically as yourselves. And I can't wait to see you in the 3-day self-healing immersion. So namaste, everybody. Thank you so much again for being here and lots of love and light.